So now we will see basic JavaScript with HTML. So guys, JavaScript makes HTML pages more dynamic and interactive. So far we have seen only the HTML elements and tags that we use in order to design the web pages, and also we have seen how we can style the HTML documents by using the CSS properties. But guys, we have not seen how we can click on a particular element inside the HTML document and change the content of the existing HTML element, which is known as the dynamic property of a web page, and how we can interact with the web page. So guys, basically this JavaScript helps us in order to interact with the HTML web page and get certain HTML elements updated as per our requirements. Now guys, we are going to have a simple problem statement and we are going to solve this with the help of the example in the VS Code, and we are going to learn at least the basic JavaScript that we can use in the HTML. Apart from this, we will also be having the upcoming videos in which we are going to learn a lot about the JavaScript that we can use along with the HTML to make our web pages interactive and dynamic. So guys, let us move to the problem statement. So the very first thing that we are going to do is we are going to create a button over here. So we move to the VS Code. So inside the body, what we can do is first of all we will have the paragraph, and then we will say click below button. So guys, we have a very simple statement, that is click below button over here. Now guys, how do we create a button? So we simply have to create the input tag over here. So when we say input, as you can see, there are a number of suggestions that is being provided by the VS Code over here, and we are looking for something that is input button in this case. And when we click on this, as you can see, the type attribute should have the value that is button. Guys, apart from this button value, there are many values that you can set. So if I show you, these are all the suggestions. So we can have the button, in which case a button will be created over here. Then we can also have the check boxes, and then we have the color, then date, time. So guys, all these are the different types of inputs that we can have inside HTML, and we are going to learn about these as well in the upcoming videos as well. So for now, in order to create the button, we are going to select this value of the type attribute inside the input HTML element. Now guys, we are supposed to set the value as well, that is the text that is going to be displayed for this particular button. So we will simply say click me over here. So guys, basically this text will be displayed on the button in order to show what action will be taken when the user clicks on this button. You can also have the submit value over here, or you can also have the reload value in order to reload the entire page. So guys, it depends on the functionality of the button to have the value attribute for that particular button. Now guys, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page on the browser. So as you can see, we have the click below button paragraph that is being displayed, and then we have something called as click me, and this is a button right now over here. Now guys, nothing will happen when we click on this. So as you can see, when we click on this, nothing is happening right now. So guys, we need to add certain functionality to this particular button element over here. So what we will be doing is, the next step is to create a paragraph with ID demo. So guys, we will do that. After this button, we will create another p tag over here, and then this time we are going to provide the ID, and the ID that we have given is demo to this particular paragraph. Now guys, what we have to do is we need to click the button to show the current date time in the demo paragraph. So guys, over here I'll simply provide demo paragraph as the text so that you can see where this paragraph is being displayed on the web page. So when we reload this page once again, as you can see, demo paragraph is being displayed right now over here. Now guys, what we want to do is, when I click on this button right now, we want to change this demo paragraph to the latest date time that is provided by the system over here right now. So currently when we click on this button, nothing is happening right now. So let me just come to the code over here. What we have to do is, to this input tag, we need to provide the on-click attribute. So as you can see, we have something called as on-click attribute over here. And then guys, what we have to do is, we need to find the paragraph with the ID that is demo and fill it with the current timestamp over here. So what we can do is, we have to type document. So as you can see, document is the word that we have to use, followed by dot, and then we have something called as get element by ID. So as you can see, this is the method that we are going to use, that is get element by id, because this paragraph is having the id, that is demo over here. So guys, we are going to provide this id inside the open and close parenthesis. We need to provide the single quotes over here since we have already used double quotes, and then we provide the demo, that is the id of this paragraph. Now guys, this particular statement, that is document.get element by id, and then providing this id inside the single quotes inside the open and close parenthesis will help us to find this particular HTML element, that is paragraph over here. Now guys, what we have to do is, after finding this paragraph, we need to provide dot, and then we need to say inner HTML. So we want to change the content of this HTML element, so we are going to use the inner HTML property over here. So when we click on this, and then after this we need to provide equal to, and then we need to get the current timestamp of the system. So simply we can provide the date and then followed by open and close parenthesis. So guys, this particular date is being used over here in order to get the current timestamp in this case. So guys, it may be little complex for you to understand this, but slowly with time, when we are going to practice more about JavaScript, you will come to know exactly what we are doing over here. And along with the practice as well, you can understand that basically we are getting the current timestamp of the system and assigning it to the paragraph that is having the ID, which is demo over here, by using the inner HTML property. Now guys, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. And this time when we click on this particular button, this text, that is demo paragraph, should get replaced with the current timestamp. So let me just click over here. So when we click on this, as you can see, the current timestamp right now along with the date is being displayed over here. It is showing us the time in hours, minutes and seconds right now. When we click on this once again, as you can see, the minutes and seconds will change over here when we continuously click over here on this particular button. So as you can see, the time is being changed right now. Every second the time will get updated over here when we click on this button. So guys, this is a very basic JavaScript that we have seen over here right now. Apart from this, what we have done is we have provided this particular statement within the tag over here. But instead of having the on click button and specifying all the steps of the JavaScript over here, what we can do is I'll simply cut this, and we can also have the script tag over here. You can see that the script tag in HTML for JavaScript, we can define it inside the head section or within the body section as well. So when we define it inside the head section, over here we can simply have the script, and then guys, what we can do is we can provide a function over here. So we are going to learn more about the function as well in the upcoming videos when we are going to learn about JavaScript tutorial. And then let's say we provide the name of the function as demo, and then after the open and close parenthesis we provide the curly braces over here, and inside the curly braces we provide the statement followed by the semicolon. So guys, this is a simple format in order to define a function inside the JavaScript inside the script tag over here. Now guys, function keyword is being followed by the function name, and then we have the open and close parenthesis over here. So guys, what we have to do is we just need to call this function from this on click attribute. So simply we will have the demo function over here followed by open and close parenthesis. Now guys, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. This time when we click on this button once again, as you can see, the date is being captured over here and it is being written in this demo paragraph. So guys, this is the way that we can provide the JavaScript line of code inside the script tag over here by defining the functions as well and calling that function on the click of a particular button. We can have multiple buttons inside the HTML body tag, and then guys, we can have different functions based on their functionalities and have different dynamic content being added to the HTML web page over here. Guys, apart from this, we can also set the style attributes with JavaScript. So let's say we want this particular text to be displayed in the red color. So by default it is being displayed in the black color over here. So what we can do is, again we can come over here in the demo function, that's because when we click on this particular button, we are calling the demo function over here with the help of the onClick attribute. So guys, the control flow comes over here to the demo function and sees that we are supposed to get the element by ID, that is demo, which is this particular paragraph, and set it with the current timestamp by using the date function over here. Now guys, what we will be doing is, again we will find the paragraph with the ID, that is demo over here. So we will type document followed by dot, and then we say get element by ID, and then inside the parenthesis we will again have the single quote over here, and then we will say the ID is demo in this case. And then guys, what we can do is, in order to set the color as red over here to this text, we can provide dot followed by style attribute. So guys, basically we use the style attribute in order to change the color of a particular text as well when we use the CSS. So the same thing we can do over here programmatically. So after dot we provide style, and then followed by dot we can set color over here, because that is the property that we use inside the style attribute when we define the colors using CSS. And then guys, after this we can simply have equal to, and inside the double quotes we can give the value as red over here, so that the color of the text is being changed to red. And then after this we have a semicolon. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So guys, by default demo paragraph is being displayed in the black color right now. That's because we have provided the style inside the demo function, which will be called only after clicking this button. So when we click on this button right now, let me just click on this. As you can see, we are seeing the date by using this first line of code over here, and by using the second line of code inside the demo function, we are getting the color of this text as red color. So guys, this is the way that we can set the color of the text by using the JavaScript as well. And apart from this, we can also change the content of the HTML elements. So guys, this is a very basic JavaScript that we have seen right now in this HTML tutorial. We will be seeing more JavaScript videos in the JavaScript tutorial as well in the upcoming videos. Comment in the comment section below whether you have learned something out of this video. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. The next video that we are going to talk about is head element in HTML. So stay tuned.